And now with the closure of the Straits of Hormuz, a doubling of food prices, a doubling of fuel prices, the danger of famine is looming once again in this region. You've got 500,000 kids in severe acute malnutrition. It makes me feel shame and anger. And the winners of that are the arms dealers and the mercenaries. Well, look, I've been in Somalia for almost a week now, and I'm hearing every day, every hour, the impact of this crisis. Remember that Somalia was already facing enormous needs. We were already facing, as you've just heard, massive cuts. We're only 13% funded against an already heavily prioritized plan. And now with the closure of the Straits of Hormuz, you have, as you've been hearing from your correspondents, a doubling of food prices, a doubling of fuel prices. So that drives up the cost of our response, but it also drives many, many more people into poverty. And the result, I'm afraid, is the danger of famine is looming once again in this region. You've got 500,000 kids in severe acute malnutrition. You've got a doubling of hunger last 6 months. So we need the world to wake up and respond to the crisis here. So this is the first trip I've done where so many of the people we're here to serve talk to me about cuts very explicitly, because they can see and feel the impact. They know that because their medical center has closed, they have to travel much, much further to get treatment. And they are, the Médecins Sans Frontières team are just telling me, 7 times more likely to die as a result of not getting that treatment in the rural areas and having to try to travel to the urban areas. You've got families, mothers telling us that their kids are not getting the treatment they need because of how hard we're having to prioritize because of those cuts. I met mothers who are trying to bring up 5-6 kids, and between 140 households, they only had 2 latrines, and those are now flooded. So everywhere around us, I'm seeing, and our teams are seeing, the impact on individual people of these cuts. And remember that I'm visiting the places where we still have medical services, where we're still able to operate. I'm not seeing all those places that we've already left. It makes me feel shame and anger. And the reality is I can't explain that. I can try to explain what we're doing to ensure that we maximize the numbers of lives saved with the little that we're actually getting. I can try and explain to them how we try and prioritize in a fair way who lives and who dies. But I can't talk to them about the fact that the world economy has been put on a war footing. That's the reality. And the winners of that are the arms dealers and the mercenaries and the people treating the world economy like a casino, gambling on the stock market. Because the reality is the people I'm meeting don't know that those people are benefiting in that way. All they know is that they are losing. I mean, honestly, I sometimes despair, but we cannot despair because this work matters too much. And so we try to get the message out there, and I'm really grateful that you've had me on to try and explain the situation, that you're covering the impact of these cuts on people in Somalia and in so many of the other areas in which we work. Look, we will carry on trying to regain the trust of the public, explaining how we're delivering, how we're saving as many lives as we can with the resources that we have, how they don't have to choose between a hospital in Mogadishu and a hospital closer to home, how all we're asking for to save 87 million lives globally this year is $23 billion. And that's less than 1% of what their governments are currently spending on defense and security and arms. We'll keep on making those arguments. And I know that there is an army of people out there who still believe in human kindness and solidarity. And I have to believe that we'll hear their voices, and that the cruelty of a politician or a leader or a finance minister who with a swipe of a pen consigns tens of millions of people to situations like those I've witnessed this week in Somalia is not what will define our era. I believe that we're better than that.